men and women of LMPD deserve to be proud of their department.
Chief Paul Humphrey there says the department is ready to make clear change, including a no-tolerance policy for the officers not representing the department. And now the LMPD chief has officially left the job. It is big news on this Tuesday afternoon. The allegations and lawsuits coming from within the ranks of LMPD hitting a boiling point. And today the chief of police made her resignation official. The mayor says change in leadership is just the beginning, with major reforms coming close behind it. Senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton were there for the announcement. Isaiah, what can you tell us about this?
Well, Shay, first of all, just the gravity of this situation is not lost on anybody here. This is major news. Jacquelyn Gwinn-Villaroel only served in her role as permanent chief not even a year's time, just under a year. And as we know, she is someone that the mayor committed to from the very start in his administration, but now they move forward. He says the mayor received her resignation letter just this morning, so this is very current. And then we also heard from, of course, former acting chief Paul Humphrey. Now his new title is interim police chief Paul Humphrey. He will take the reins here. And I asked him directly the question about changing the culture. I asked him why the community should trust his words, given just the history of what the police department has dealt with in recent years. Here was his answer.
I have no problem admitting where I've come up short, and I have no problem putting in work to make sure that things improve. All of these people sitting over here and all those officers out on the street deserve good leadership. That's what's going to be provided to them because they want to work their butts off to make sure that people are kept safe.
Now, this comes as the independent investigation looking into Gwinn-Villaroel's handling of sexual assault allegation continues. No exact time frame on that, but Mayor Craig Greenberg originally had said he'd wait to make a decision on her future until after the investigation was complete. But now, as we know, her resignation letter came first. Now, another major announcement here today, you could even argue slightly overshadowed by the major decision, that resignation letter. We do want to note it's very important. LMPD and the mayor says they will be changing the way the police department handles sexual misconduct or any sexual harassment allegations. Just to note a few changes, they say they will make it easier to report sexual assault within the department. Paul Humphrey says that previously it had to be reported through the chain of command. Now he says you can essentially, if you're an officer, report it to anyone in the department, and in some cases outside the department as well. There will be added efforts to help those who are victims of sexual assault within the department. That will be bolstered as well. And this is a key part of it, the training of it. They say that they are going to adopt training very similar to how other areas of metro government do when it comes to sexual assault. So Shay, these are all major changes coming, and we are told that we're going to get a better look into the standard operating procedure as it's adjusted at some point later tonight. We'll be sure to keep you updated. Shay.
All right, Isaiah, a lot of information there. We'll check in with you again at 5 o'clock. Paul Humphrey, the interim chief, is now the sixth person to lead LMPD since 2020, either in an acting, interim, or permanent capacity. Starting with Steve Conrad, who was the chief during the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. After that, LMPD brought in outside forces, with Erica Shields serving as the next full-time chief. Gwinn-Villaroel came with Shields from Atlanta and then took over when Shields stepped down. That brings us to today. Humphrey, now the latest interim chief of the Louisville Police Department.